Hi friends, welcome back to Livewire tutorial with Laravel 8. In this video, I will going to show you how to create Livewire component and how we will create a form and save that form using Livewire, and also we will create a listing of all data whatever we have inserted through the form. Okay, so let's create a component first. So we'll create a component and we'll get the component view file, and we'll create a form inside the component view file. Okay, so if you go to the terminal and just close the server now, so create a component. So to create a component, we need to use php artisan make liveware. Basically, liveware is a syntax to create a liveware component, and after that the name of the component, suppose my component name is forms. So if we create a component, we will get two files, one is class file and one is view file. And now if you go to the project directory, inside the app http liveware, we will get the forms.php. so basically this is the class file of the component, and just go to the resource, and inside the resource views we have the livewire folder. Inside the livewire folder we will get the forms.blade.php. so this is the blade file of the forms component. Now here we will create a forms. So here I am creating a very simple forms, that is using the from tag and close the from, and here we will write the input field, that is input, and type equal to text. Okay, and just use the beer to see it in new line, and write here suppose name. Okay, so add this beer also, so it will print new line, and copy the same things, and here write the email. Okay, so we will add these two things for now, and step by step we will get all those fields and we will use all those fields. So first we need to create a form, and we will add this form data inside the database. Okay, and we need to create a submit button. So right here button, and close the button, and here the label is save, and the type of the button is submit. Okay, so when you click on this button, basically it will submit the page. And if we go to the class file, we can see a default function, that is the render function, and inside the render function we will get the return view liveware.forms. basically this forms is calling through the render function, and we don't need to call this render function separately. So when we will call the component, we will automatically get the access of this render function, and we can view the blades file of this component. Okay, and here to call the class file, we need to call this class from the route. So our route says inside the routes folder we have web.php. Okay, and now we need to register the threads into the routes. So use app http liveware, and after that the class name, that is forms. Okay, and we need to create a link. So here we will create a link, that is route get, and suppose my link is also forms. You can add your own links, no problem on that. And then the class name, the class name is forms, and colon after that the class. Okay, so now if we go to this link, we will get the access of this view file. So first go to this link, and before that we need to start the server. So right here php artisan serve. Okay, so starting Laravel development server. So now go to this link. So here write forms. So here we can see a simple form, that is name, email, and a save button. So basically this form is coming. Now we need to submit the from. So when you click on this save button, basically it will call a methods. So the method will be inside the components file. So just go to the component. So here suppose I am creating a method that is public function. Suppose the method name is submit. Okay, and let's call this submit button from the action. So how we can do this? Very simple, just use the where and colon submit. So basically it will call the submit, and after that the name of the method, that is submit. Okay, so now if we click on this method, so just to refresh this and click on save, so basically it is refreshing the page. But here why we will refresh the page? We can save the data without refreshing the page, but to prevent the submission we want to use the prevent. So here write dot prevent. So basically when you click on this save button, now it will not refresh, basically it will submit through the Ajax. So now create two property for name and email, and let's use inside the blades. So just go to the class and create two properties. Suppose public dollar name and another is public dollar email. So basically this is two property, and we need to bind this property from this view. So just write here the where colon model. So here for name we will use the name, and just copy this and paste it here for email and change the name to email. Okay, so now go to the browser and refresh this page again and click on save. So we cannot understand whether the data is coming or not, or we don't need to submit this data without validating this page. So if we check our network section, so just go to the network and just delete all these things, and if we click on this save button, we can see a request is calling, that is the Livewire message from. So click another. So basically it is a request calling. So basically the submit is calling using the Ajax. So here we will add the validation so that we cannot submit a forms without filling the value. So very simple, just like Laravel, here we can use also the validator. So just go to the class and here just write the, suppose I am taking a variable that is validate data. So you can take your own variable, and here we'll call the validator method. Okay, so right here this validator. Okay, basically using this validator method we will validate our input request data. Okay, so here we will create a rule for this validator method. So here write protected and rules. Okay, and here I am creating array so that we can validate multiple at a single time. So here write name, and here for name I am creating a rule, that is the name should be required, and I am creating another rule, the minimum length of name is 3 and maximum rule is 10. So this is your choice, you can add 20 here also, and if you don't add this minimum or maximum it will not validate the length of your input data, but it will be required if you just use simple required. Okay, and for email just write email, and also the email is required. So here write require, and here I am adding the another validation, that is email. That means the email will always be validate email, means proper formatted email data. So that's it to validate. So now again go to the browser and refresh and click on save. Sorry, the method name will be the validate, and wrongly I am using the validator. Okay, So just go to the browser and refresh this. So click on the save. So basically this is not submitting. So now we need to show the validation message properly. So here we want the name should be required, or email should be required, or email should be proper email formatted. So how we can do this? So just go to the blade file and here just write, suppose I am printing the validation message after the name. So here write error, and the error is the name. So if the error in name, then we will see the validation message. So right here end error. Okay, and inside this block we will add, suppose I am creating a span to display more better, and inside the span I am adding the message. Okay, so just like Laravel $message. Okay, and I want to see the validation message into the red. So right here style and write color red. So very simple. Okay, and copy the same things and paste it under the email and change the name to email. Okay, so validation message added. So now refresh this and click on save. So the name field is required and email field is required. Okay, so here I need a beer tag to display more better. Okay, so this is the validation message. So just refresh this. And now if we add a name, that is A, B, and click on save, so the name must be at least 3 characters. So just write here John. Okay, so here the name message is not showing and it's still showing the email field is required. So write here anything and click on save. The email must be a valid email address. Okay, so write here john@gmail.com. so click on save. So now the validation message is not showing. Okay, so here also write a beer so that the email will be always in new line. So if I want to save this data into database, how we can catch this name data or email data inside the class file? So very simple. So here when we click on the save function, basically inside this function we will get all data and we are saving this data into the validate data. Okay, so before saving data into the database, first we need to connect the database with my project. So just go to the env file. So here is my env file and this is the database name. Suppose here I am writing the Livewire tutorial. So this is my database name and my username is root, that is okay, and my password is also root. Okay, so now go to the phpMyAdmin. So localhost phpMyAdmin and login here. So write login and this is my database and click on the database and create new. Okay, and we need to create some tables. So why we create table manually? We have a migration, we have a Laravel features, so we will use these features. So now create a model for these forms. So just go to the terminal and I'm temporarily stopping the server and I'm creating a model. So to create a model we need to use php artisan make :model. So here my model name is register. Okay, and I'm creating the migration along with this. So write -m. So here model created successfully and a migration also created. Okay, so where we will see this migration file? So just go to the database and inside the database we have migration files and we have the register migration. Okay, so just add these two table, that is name and email. So basically this is responsible for ID that will be automatically incremented and this is the timestamp. So when we migrate our table, basically it is responsible for two columns, that is created at and updated it. And now I am going to create two extra columns for name and email. So just write here table and first is string. So basically the name is small amount of character, so write here name, and for email also I am taking the string. Okay, so for large we can use the text also. So we have lots of things we will discuss in later, and you can see my Laravel 8 tutorial from my playlist. Okay, so now the column added into the migration file. So let's migrate this file to add this table into the database. So write php artisan migrate. So it's migrating. So now if we go to the database, and we can see there are some tables. So basically the user, password resets, migration, failed jobs. This is a default table. So first I am migrating. That's the reason along with the registers all tables are migrated. So here my table is registers. Okay, so I am creating this. So name, email, created it and updated it. Okay, so I already told it why created it and updated it. So now we need to add some data using these forms. So how we can do this? So very simple. So just call this model from the component. So just write here the model's namespace. So here if we go to the models, so we'll get the register model. So write app models inside the class of component. So use app models and name of the model is register. Okay, so let's add the table name inside the model. So here write protected table and write here the model name, that is registers. Sorry, this is the table name registers. Okay, and add the fee label here also. So write here protected $fee label equal to, here I am adding two columns, that is name and email. Okay, so that's all about register model. So now we need to save this. So to save this we need to just call this model, that is the register model, and here write register and call the create method. Okay, so using the create method we will create data into the database and pass the variable, that is validate data, where all the information are there. Okay, so now go to the browser and click refresh. Sorry, we need to start the server, php artisan server. Okay, so now refresh this page. So here I am writing the name, that is John Clark. Okay, and email john@gmail.com. So if you click on the save, it will save into the database. So click on save. So if you go to the database, we can see the one record inserted into successfully. But here we will not get any message for saving, that is I want to display message after save. So how we can do this? And just use a flash message on the top of the forms, and we can see the notification that my form is saved successfully. So just go to the editor, and here we will use the flash message. So basically this is the session flash message. So right here session function, and here write the flash. So we have the two parameter for flash. So first we will add the session name. Suppose here I am writing the session name is success, and the text is from is submitted. Okay, so that's cool. So now if we print this success message from the blade, we can see the notification. Okay, so here just write the condition to display the success message. So here write if session, sorry, spelling mistake, session has the variable that is this success. So just paste it here, and I'm using the end if. Okay, so if session has the success, so we will print the session. So how we can print this? So here I will create a span, so we can add the div also. So I am adding the div, and inside the div we will just print the session. So basically right here, session success. Okay, and I want to display the success message into the green. So same like previous, we have write the color is green. Okay, so now go to the browser again and refresh this. So suppose here I'm writing the David Greek. So basically this is the valid name, and email is david@gmail.com. So if you click on the save, we'll get the form is submitted. So basically this is a flash message, and if you check our database, we can see the another data inserted into my database. Okay, so if we just refresh this, we will not get this message. So now I want to see all the data which we have inserted into this database. So how we can do this? So we need to write a select query. So if we go to the project directory, inside the class file we have a model that is register, and now we will create another property where we will store all the database records. So here write public, and suppose I am writing a property name that is all data. Okay, and this will be the array type because all the database result will save into this. Okay, and we need to call the model that is the register model. So just go to the render method and write this, and the variable that is we have just declared, that is all data, and inside the all data we will call the register model. So write here register model and colon all. So basically using this all method we'll get all records, and we know that inside the Livewire component class file, whatever variable we are using, all the variable can be accessible from the blades file. So we can use this all data into the blade file, so that using all data we will get all records from the database. So how we can display this? So we will display with the use of loop. So write here for each, and inside the for each use the all data as suppose I am taking all AD. Okay, so all data for AD and for each. Okay, so inside this we will create a table to show all records. So before that we will create a table heading. So right here table, and just here close the table. So here write table, and here we will create a tier, and inside the tier we will create th for heading. Okay, so here write th, and here I want to display 3 columns, that is one for serial number and another's name and email address. Okay, so first write serial number. So just write ether number, you can add your own text, but here I'm writing serial number, and the next is name and then email. Okay, so just change the label. So here write name and email. Okay, so here we will get the heading. So we need to create the rows. So just copy and paste here and change the th into td. Okay, so copy this and write here, here, and all those places. Okay, and here inside the ad we will get the all data. So right here for name, so here write $AD and name of the column, that is name. So write arrow name, and same like inside the email we will write $AD and email. Okay, so here I want to add another things, that is I want to display the serial number. So basically serial number will be the auto increment. So here write $I. Okay, and define the $I before the loop. So right here PHP and $I equal to suppose 1. So it will start from the 1, and here close the PHP, so end PHP. Okay, and then same like variable declaration. So here just before the closing of loop I will incrementing the I value by 1. So right here I plus plus. Okay, so if you go to the browser and refresh this page, we can see the serial number 1 and 2. So name John Clark and David Greek, email that is. Okay, so now it's not look like very good, so I want to add some styles into this. So how we can do this? So we have a layouts page for Livewire view file. So just go to the app.blade.php. Okay, so here we can see we have already included all the Livewire styles and all the Livewire scripts. So just write here some styles. So open the style tag, and inside the style tag we will write our style for table. So here I am writing a table, and table should be border collapse. So right here border collapse, and type is the collapse. Okay, and I want to add another property, that is the table width. So here write width equal to 100%. Okay, and now I want to add a style for td and th. So right here td comma th, and inside this I want to set a border. So right here border 1px solid. Okay, and another things I want to see a heading before the table started. So just right here the suppose I am taking in h3 tag. So right here h3, and inside the h3 tag we will write list. Okay, so now go to the browser and refresh this page. So it looks like cool, and it's the list, and basically it is coming from the database. So now add another data. So just write name. So in the name section I am writing John Cena. Okay, so here write john@gmail.com and click on save. So very simple, without refreshing any page, without writing any single code of JS. This is the power of Livewire. So we just save this and we can get the result instantly. So if you go to the browser, we can see the result is also added. Okay, so it's very cool. So this is all about the form submitting and the listing page. So if you have any queries about this video, please comment in a below comment section. So next day we will going to learn about the pagination. Suppose I'm adding more and more data into this, after some time it will get a huge list of data and we need to manage properly. So we need pagination. So next day we're going to discuss about the pagination. So that will be interesting, and so please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. Thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.